NFPA 72, the National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code, specifies that the maximum number of smoke detectors that can be interconnected on a single initiating device circuit is 12. Given that there are 15 smoke detectors in total, it's not possible to interconnect all of them on a single circuit while adhering to NFPA 72. Here are a few possible interconnection options to consider. Firstly, interconnect 12 detectors on an upstairs circuit and the remaining 3 detectors on a separate basement circuit. Secondly, interconnect 8 detectors on an upstairs circuit, 6 detectors on a basement circuit, and install the remaining 1 detector in a separate common area such as a hallway. Thirdly, interconnect 6 detectors on an upstairs circuit, 6 detectors on a basement circuit, and distribute the remaining 3 detectors in separate common areas. NFPA 72 requires that all interconnected smoke detectors be powered by the same circuit. It is strongly recommended to place all detectors on a dedicated circuit to enhance reliability. Consider these recommendations. Consult with a qualified electrician to determine the most suitable interconnection strategy for the specific layout and needs of the home. Choose and install smoke detectors that are listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as UL or FM. Perform monthly tests on the smoke detectors and replace the batteries annually to ensure proper functionality. Explore the possibility of installing combination smoke and carbon monoxide detectors in each bedroom for comprehensive safety. Remember that building codes and regulations in Colorado may have variations from NFPA 72. It is crucial to consult with local building authorities to obtain specific requirements applicable to the location. Smoke detectors play a crucial role in early fire detection, providing valuable time for occupants to evacuate safely. Proper installation, maintenance, and adherence to safety codes are essential for maximizing their effectiveness. Interconnecting smoke detectors enhances their ability to alert occupants throughout the house, even if a fire originates in a remote area. When one detector senses smoke, all interconnected detectors will sound an alarm, increasing the chances of a timely response. Ensure that the selected smoke detectors are compatible with each other for interconnection purposes. Some detectors may require specific wiring configurations or communication protocols to function correctly as an interconnected system. Consider using wireless interconnected smoke detectors to simplify installation and reduce the need for extensive wiring. Wireless detectors communicate with each other wirelessly, eliminating the need for physical connections. However, ensure that the wireless system is reliable and has sufficient range to cover the entire house. When installing smoke detectors, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Mount detectors on ceilings or high on walls, away from corners and obstructions that may impede airflow. Avoid placing detectors near kitchens or bathrooms, where steam or cooking fumes may trigger false alarms. Regularly inspect smoke detectors for dust or debris buildup, which can affect their sensitivity. Clean detectors as needed using a vacuum cleaner or soft brush. Replace smoke detectors every 10 years, or as recommended by the manufacturer. The sensing components in smoke detectors degrade over time, reducing their ability to detect smoke accurately. Create and practice a fire escape plan with all household members. Ensure that everyone knows the location of exits, meeting points, and emergency contact information. Conduct fire drills regularly to familiarize occupants with the escape plan and reinforce safety procedures. Keep hallways and stairways clear of obstructions to facilitate quick and safe evacuation during a fire. Install fire extinguishers in strategic locations throughout the house, such as the kitchen, garage, and near exits. Learn how to use fire extinguishers properly and ensure that they are readily accessible in case of a fire. Consider installing a home fire sprinkler system to provide additional fire protection. Fire sprinkler systems automatically suppress fires in their early stages, reducing the risk of property damage and injury. Regularly inspect and maintain the fire sprinkler system to ensure its proper functioning. Teach children about fire safety and the importance of smoke detectors. Emphasize the need to evacuate immediately upon hearing a smoke alarm and to never play with fire. Store flammable materials, such as gasoline and propane, in approved containers and away from heat sources. Keep matches and lighters out of the reach of children. Avoid overloading electrical outlets or extension cords, which can cause electrical fires. Have electrical wiring inspected periodically by a qualified electrician to identify and correct any potential hazards. Install ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where water is present to prevent electrical shocks. Use surge protectors to protect electronic devices from power surges, which can damage equipment and cause fires. Unplug appliances and electronics when not in use to conserve energy and reduce the risk of electrical fires. If a fire occurs, evacuate the house immediately and call emergency services from a safe location. Do not attempt to fight the fire yourself unless it is very small and contained. Provide emergency responders with accurate information about the fire and any occupants who may still be inside the house. Cooperate with fire investigators to determine the cause of the fire and prevent future incidents. Review and update fire safety practices regularly to ensure that the house is protected from fire hazards. Stay informed about the latest fire safety technologies and recommendations. Participate in community fire safety programs to learn more about fire prevention and emergency preparedness. By taking these steps, it's possible to create a safer home environment and reduce the risk of fire-related injuries and property damage. We remember that fire safety is an ongoing process that requires vigilance and proactive measures. In addition to the specific requirements of NFPA 72, consider the overall layout of the house when determining the optimal placement and interconnection of smoke detectors. Factors such as the number of floors, the presence of enclosed spaces, and the location of bedrooms can influence the effectiveness of the smoke detection system. Ensure that smoke detectors are installed in all bedrooms, hallways, and common areas of the house. Place detectors near sleeping areas to provide early warning in case of a nighttime fire. Consider installing additional detectors in areas where there is a higher risk of fire, such as kitchens, garages, and workshops. When interconnecting smoke detectors, use the appropriate wiring and connectors. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully to ensure a secure and reliable connection. Test the interconnected smoke detectors regularly to verify that they are functioning properly. Press the test button on each detector to ensure that it sounds an alarm and that all interconnected detectors also sound an alarm. If any detector fails to respond, troubleshoot the problem and replace the detector if necessary. Keep smoke detectors clean and free from obstructions to ensure that they can detect smoke effectively. Dust or vacuum detectors regularly to remove any buildup of debris. Avoid painting or covering smoke detectors, as this can interfere with their operation. If you have any questions or concerns about smoke detector installation or maintenance, consult with a qualified electrician or fire safety professional. They can provide expert advice and guidance to ensure that the house is properly protected. Remember that smoke detectors are just one component of a comprehensive fire safety plan. It's also important to have a fire extinguisher, a fire escape plan, and regular fire drills. By taking a multifaceted approach to fire safety, it's possible to significantly reduce the risk of fire-related incidents. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with qualified professionals and local authorities to ensure compliance with applicable codes and regulations.